I think we're live. I think double check. Oh, there you go. Hello everyone, and welcome again. So, today on the menu, we will continue working on the jetpack. We will probably ask GPT or Gemini in this because in this case for a solution on this movement stuff, since move toward is not really the solution to this, and I guess we need to figure out why the rotation is not working anymore. But most importantly, we are needing to... Why is there 2 notifications? Oh god. Oh well. As I said, we will find a solution to this, and also Godot 4.4 is out, so I will take some time in the afternoon to study what's needed, and tomorrow we're probably migrating to version 4.4 and then resume work from there. It's gonna be the first time for me to get project, which I worked on this project for quite a while now, and yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the first time I take one project that is fairly big. I don't want to say that this is a massive project, but it's definitely like small to mid-sized project, and actually change version to it. I know for a fact, because I've been following some news and updates, that Godot 4.4 has quite an array of new features. There's gonna be a new tab here, and there's gonna be a new physics engine, which is not that relevant for us and for this game at the moment, but it will in the future. So also understanding more about this physics engine will be crucial. But yes, that's all. Now let's get back to the business. Let's get back to actually working on the jetpack. And also another video, it's in the works for, you know, quickly explaining what have been done in the last months, last 2-3 weeks while working on the bazooka. I don't know how long I want to do it, but I'll definitely work on that. So this afternoon will be quite filled with stuff to do. Alright, let's get back to... Oh, maybe I have to get my microphone a little bit closer. I hope everybody was able to hear what I said. Let me try again. Hello, test. It probably was a little low in volume. It's now fixed, but yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I would probably need to buy a new microphone and dump my mixer here. Alright, let's get back to work. So let's jump back into a test. So it's this guy's turn. We do equip jetpack, and we can see here on remote game he will probably be number 12. He has the jetpack, but even if the logic of this jetpack, he should follow a mouse position. Okay, maybe that's why. So he should move his angle only if this is false. And then when you click, this gets true. And does stuff. So yeah, maybe we got the solution to the first problem already. Yes, good. If I click, it doesn't really stop, which probably makes me think that he's either not registering this. Let me see. So, sta volando, we can... this is something that is here. It's still false, so we don't get in here for some reason. Okay. So we have linked this to not a click, but the spacebar. Interesting. Yeah, but the move towards stuff is not really working. Okay. Let me get here and test again. Whoopsies. Nope, here. Alright. Then we place this. And we let him go, but nothing is really happening. Okay, so move towards is not what we need. And okay, so let's get some help. And we can get help with this. Good old Gemini. And we will ask him... I don't know, honestly. So we have the point of we do know the point in which he will he could land. Should be here. Print this guy. Let me just test it real quick if it is coherent. So wait, I will equip the jetpack. We should probably even zoom a little bit out. Then we press here and we should have the coordinates, which we don't. Because I didn't press spacebar. 2803 1673. Okay, which is so it should be divided. So 2803 divided by 64. It's on 43 on the X and it's negative on the Y. So okay, so the maximum flying point it's out of the map, which makes sense because he is quite close. And on 43, which this is 32-ish, so it should be somewhere like here. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Alright, so what if we got this, the vector normalized, and then we applied it like with a delta? This can probably work. Should we get a velocity? I don't know. And now I'm a little clueless. Or we update the position with this normalized vector. And with a delta. Well, we do just know that this isn't it. Hello, Komori. How are you? Yeah. I'm probably gonna ask. Come posso muovere un personaggio in un certo punto? Verso un certo punto ad una velocità costante. Non vorrei usare I'm fine, how are you? I'm good, thank you. In the last picture my nerves lost me, but now I have recovered. Was it that stressful for you? And also, you are gonna play middle, or am I wrong? I lost a little bit of track. Allora, Hogs of War League. Yeah, so you're still playing League next year. I get it. League is actually super stressful. You can play sometime. It's a pity that the language barrier bothers me. I get it. Yes, we can definitely play sometimes. I am, though, currently following a few of the guys that are playing in Grand League. I usually do some training during the week with Lamo, which is also a player from San Marino like me. And sometimes I play against Michael, who is free during the day, so I give him some, I make some spars with him. And since they have the competition ahead, I will probably give them a little bit more time. But when you want to do a A friendly match, I'll be more than happy to. Ok, non vorrei usare strategie tipo il twin, perché devo interrompere questo movimento in qualsiasi quando l'utente pensa di preme un pulsante. Sul calcolo della direzione e sull'approccio di una velocità costante nel tempo. Calcola la direzione, tieni il punto di destinazione, calcola la direzione, normalizza la direzione, meso vettore di direzione per ottenere. Calcola la distanza, ok, movimento e velocità costante, definisci la velocità, scegli la velocità costante per il personaggio, applica la velocità, moltiplica il vettore di direzione normalizzato per la velocità, per il delta. Ok. So it's kind of what I thought about. We need to do, oh, we could also put it in the physics process. So direction, it's target position and target normalized, which we can kind of save. Yeah, we can do. So distance, position, not distance to target position. We know that already. I understood very little, but as I understand it, do you mind playing sometime later? The league is still far away, but I would be nice practice. Yes, I definitely would like to play. We need to just book a time. I'll answer you in chat, so you can translate it. Okay, I hope that you can translate and give me an answer. Okay, back to the game. So if distance is less than 5, piccolo margine di errore, what? Why is this? Okay. I think I know how to do this now. So we remove this else here, and I guess we can do a function physics process, which will be a little bit more consistent, and we do if sta volando it's equal to true, then I guess I will get this as a variable of the weapon. Okay. So we have the normalized direction. We need to define the velocity, direction times speed. So position plus equals direction plus speed plus the times speed times delta. Okay. So position plus equals this times okay times velocità times delta, and this one needs to be defined. And let's give it an int of, I don't know, 100 to start with. Okay, so let's test if now the pig actually flies towards that point. Thank you, Komori. See you later. He's not moving. So this is here. Okay, so is the position like moving very slowly and I'm not getting it? Maybe I know what's the problem. Okay, so we need to update the parent's position. Yay! He's moving so slowly. Okay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 okay. Yeah, this looks like the DVD logo. Okay, but we have some movement. It can be a little bit faster. And so we have the action button. The action button, we can do that. The click, the mouse click does this, and then the although that's a little bit like unusual for it. So this is definitely getting printed as it should be. And well, this isn't really needed now. Okay. So if we do this, we just need to do dash sta volando. Okay, so if we do this now, you can click it, you choose the angle, then fly. He's not flying anymore, why? Because this is it's not getting calculated anymore. And then I don't even want to do that. Probably this is what I need to do. So it's calculated once. And we also get the maximum distance. Quindi info per fase volo. Punto massimo punto massimo volo. He will not return it, but he will just save this, and this will go back to void. Okay, let's see now. Okay. And he's off. Oh. Okay, well, that's kind of funny. Let's see if he has. See if he stops. Okay. He does stop, okay. Which we kind of already figured out. This is looking good. We just need to actually equip the jetpack. We need to give the jetpack a sprite. And its icon. So animation player, we don't probably need it. Okay, we needed a timer for... what are we needing a timer for? Honestly, don't remember why we have the timer. Was it some overlapping clicks, I guess? Yeah, probably was for the overlapping click. Note. Potrebbe non servire. Okay, so when we fly, we can also keep track of the distance we've flown. Okay. Okay, so now I guess we can at any time keep track on how much we got of the flight. So we will do this. It's equal to we know also a starting point. Percentuale. So info per uso Jetpack. This should actually be a constant. Velocità is a const. And then we have also punto di partenza vector 2 questo diventa uguale a get parent punto global position. Okay, we need to understand if once we have equipped the jetpack, if we can actually move. We can. Okay, so this means that we need to recalculate this when we press this. So when we start fly, we do this calculation again. Awesome. And awesome. Okay, and also after this, and if we have this, we need to check if it's equal to 100, then we make equals to its opposite. Okay, and we need to calculate this, which is I need to keep this microphone a little bit higher. Yep. I'm bumping so many times on this microphone. It's crazy. Okay, and this needs to be adjusted every time. If this it's 100, we're moving towards this. So actually, let me think. We need to get spawning point, starting point dot distance to this. It's the 100%. And compare it with something like with this, and I need to compare it somehow with this. Is it just a divide? Distance to get parent punto global position. Is that it? So remote so we have now the jetpack. We need to keep track of this distance of flight. Nope. No. That's not it. I mean, I can retry, but that's definitely not it. Yeah. That's not really it. No. There's something bad. Something that is not working with the... If I divide something that represents 100 by something that is represent it's 5%, we get 20. Huh. Okay. God, I need something to think about it. If I divide something that is the full length of the flight by a section of it, no, that's not it. That's not it. I need to know. I need to calculate it. If this it's 100, so this all of this stands to 100 equals to So if this, which I will call x, stands to 100, it's equal to all of this. This is y stands to, I don't know what I don't know what. This value is equal to 100, and this value is equal to what I need to know. This means to get my question mark, I need to do x times y under 100, x times y under 100 is equal to my question mark. God, this is such basic math that I have no clue about. I can try it. It's those two. Dash 100. Is that the solution? Let's try. Nope. That's definitely not it. Yeah. Ok, let me check what distance 2 does. Restituisce la distanza di questo vettore e A. A what? È l'argomento, I guess. Float distance 2. The distance between this vector and A. Okay, it's good. It's okay. That's what I need. So this thing is always about 34? No. How much was it? I don't remember. 46, okay. This is 46 times 32. That's equal to 100. I want to know the distance I'm calculating. And I call it x, and I call it d. I'll call it this is equal to x. Is it 100? Maybe it is 100 times the distance under 46 times 32 equal to x. That's probably it, I don't know. So 100 times the distance. Okay, let's try it, let's try it. So we take this and place it here, and we take 100. Okay. Let me see if this now makes sense. Need to go on remote, Jetpack. Oh, now it makes sense. Yes. Okay, so I finally, I finally got back my basic math again. Okay. So we know the distance at any point. And this needs to be if it gets more than 100. So it is. So the question is, why does, when he land, why does it go back to its original rotation? This is what's bothering me at the moment. Okay, so now we use the jetpack, we fly to there. And we watch when he actually lands. Okay, he stopped there. And let me see some values. So remote, actually, no, it should be still there. Okay, it's 100.035. Okay, let's do a a really like extreme case test. So we're actually getting him all the way to the corner, and we're moving him to the other corner. So he needs to stop at some point that isn't out of the map. Okay, this does not make sense to me, because we did fly the what is more than 60 tiles, probably. We've gone more of the diagonal length of the map, which is 64 times 64. This will get twice, underscore. So we got 90 squares of distance, which is... something is not working here as intended. Let's get those boys separated. Var max e var attuale. And let's set the velocity to a very slow pace. And also print the maximum. So get parent punto mappa punto local to map. Probably it's just map. Okay. 8844. That's too much. That's too much. Ah, I know. Squares are 32 times 32, not 64 times 64. Ah. What a dumbass I am. Alright, now it will make sense. It's going so slowly. Okay. So, we don't need this anymore. And we can keep... it's actually ugly here. He doesn't need to store an extra value for this. Okay. So now let's get the velocity back to 150. We will make him start again in one of the top corners. We'll also fix the zeta index at some point. From here to this very corner here, and he will automatically land at some point. Not out of the map. bounced on the player. Yep, okay, that makes sense to me. All right. So we already addressed a few problems, and need to drink some water. But this is going well for now. Oh, actually, he follows. He's back to following the mouse cursor. Okay. But this shouldn't be a problem as long as we remove the jetpack once we ejected the jetpack and we spawned the jetpack bullet. Okay. Fine. So we got the velocity. We know we need to test. So now we need to implement and test. If I press action again, he needs to stop flying. And so we need to do something to get only those two to be done once, and then once you've done it, you can press the same key but not do those action again. So we need to do like if if he's flying, this is we changed that here. So if sta volando, this thing is false. Okay, then we do this. And we change that. Okay, and so does this mean that if I press is flying again, this will stop him? I'm confused. See, then I press that again and he stops. Okay, he can resume every time he wants. And that's fine. We just need to know that if we go from he's flying to he's not flying, okay, when he starts he's going from he's flying no to he's flying yes. I mean, that makes sense to me. All in all, this will make sense. If it is not more than this, then we turn off the thing. We do turn it off even if we press this again. And we probably need to do like a function that is update inventory quindi aggiorna inventario. That is void. And we kind of need to access the inventory resource of the pig. So we go to get parent. Dot. And we need to have the player pig here with this logic. Inventario dot let me have a test. Dot inventario. So let's get here in remote. We have player pig at this point. We have inventario. And we have the object. Which is a jetpack. Posare cariche, but we don't keep track of the charges. Yeah, I need to take a toilet break, so I will keep on thinking about it, but we probably need to add a charges value, a u times you can use value, and set it to -1 if it is infinite. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. We're back. Alright. Then. We've done this, we need to update inventory and check if we have inventory, jetpack in inventory. Yeah. So this is getting... So now we're having the first few issues. Can we actually update stuff in the inventory? Inventory dot... We might need an inventory manager at some point. But this needs to be our first sign that we need to work a little bit on the inventory resource, which we will do now. Because otherwise I'm not completely sure that we can update everything correctly. So we have our definition of a weapon and definition of a rank and definition of a team. We don't have the... Oh yes, we need to just work on the definition of the weapon. The weapon will have Uzi, I guess. Export variable quantità, which means quantity, and it's exactly the name we need. So if quantity it's -1, we just probably the boolean is not lol. Hello ADB. Yes. Me versus Komori, it's happening sometime soon. It will be a friendly, and I don't know when, but yeah. I mean, he asked, and I'm happy because he's still a player in the Hogs of War League realm, although he was last one if Agar didn't retire. And, you know, it feels like he wants to get some experience under his belly, like even right now. So I think it's a great occasion. It will be a good opportunity to test myself in like for the coming of the Middle League. And I think it's a good way also for him to rust off a little bit. Although I am playing a lot with Lamo and Michael in particular, so I'm not completely out of training for the Hog side, but I would like to propose to him also a best of 5, which is something that we don't usually play too much. Yeah, but I mean, we can't really know exactly if an Agar versus Komori game would have ended in Agar's or Komori's side, and probably just winning that game would be enough to... Oh, okay. Who did he get the 3-pointer against? Okay, Cattle Prod definitely gonna get a nice one. Jetpack. Jetpack starts with 3. Helped in first match of the season. I see, I see. Alright, alright. Also, we were very close to have Warco versus Lammo in round 3. I know that the game. I don't know, the specifics about Lammo's game. I just know that he took the win at some point. Spoiler if someone watches, but I can't really. So I know that Warco versus Lammo is not really getting played soon. Maybe it's gonna be round 4. Who knows? No one will watch this before the game gets released. Right, ADB? And also, another thing. I will press a little bit Lammo to step up his preparation, because he is not really giving it any good preparation for those two maps. So his third round needs to be a little bit more. He needs to be a little bit more technical, a little bit more, a little bit better prepared. We didn't really have time to practice a lot. We just discussed about tactics and lineups, but if he wants to make it to a nice and sharp 3-0, he absolutely needs to prepare now, because the game will get more and more difficult every day. Yeah, but good thing is he has two games to achieve this this third win that is almost mathematically guaranteeing him a spot on the top 8. Only other thing is that I am practicing a lot with Michael, and if Michael versus Alamo gets drawn, I have no clue what who am I gonna help more. So I just hope that doesn't happen. So for arma in get parent of inventario, if arma dot name equals Jetpack, then quantità, which is defined arma.quantità meno uguale 1. Where maps are out, and I will say the balanced matches in the Swiss are crazy. Yeah, I mean, even round 1 wasn't that bad. Wasn't really too... We had a couple of 2-0s, but that's okay. And now already I'm feeling like there are some very good games. I haven't heard about yesterday games, but I know that basically the two games I have seen are pretty good. Like even in the same score group, we're not getting many. This guy will clearly win matches. Yeah. I mean, I feared that Luis versus Michael J could be one of those matches, but it was a really interesting match to see, and it was quite close. Honestly, I like it. I see Luis as a potential top 8er, but on the other side, I see Michael as probably the winner of the group stage. Let me see if this is possible. I have 6 clear play offers. Places 7 and 8 will be close fight among the others. Yeah, I mean, it's mathematically... It is mathematical that 7th and 8th place will be also defined by the resistance. There's not much we can do about it. That's the key name. Ah, it's nome. Mi Dambi. Okay, so if I now go on... is this the pig that played? Yes. So if I go on this pig, can I have this pig? Yes. And we go in inventory, we go on object 3, which is the jetpacks. We now have quantity 2. Lovely. I need to know if I go on 0, if this gets removed somehow. And then I go on 0. So even after, I need to make some checks. I probably need to do an inventory manager in the player, and we need to... Yeah, I really need to do an inventory manager after the jetpack. Okay, so let's make an a note to do non banali. Where is it? Testing stuff. Eccolo qua. Il player pig necessita di un inventory manager. Okay, and to do quando sarà predisposto un inventory manager è necessario controllare se ci sono ancora Jetpack disponibili nell'inventario. Blah. Inventario per decidere se rimuovere decidere se rimuovere la scena del jetpack all'atterraggio oppure no. Ok. Basically, the simulation I ran gave me either the 2-2 on 8th place or in 9th place. A specific mismatch of week will decide whether the last 2-2 will be 8th or 9th. Did you run the simulation with the new player coming in week 3? Because that's also something you should keep in mind. Okay, we need also to calculate the distanza massima volo, altezza volo percentuale, ok. So the height of the flight is 100% when we get to 50% and so on. So the idea now is to, at every moment, get a height distance. And this needs to be addressed by looking how close we are to 50% of this. This is complicated. This is complicated math because ADB, how good are you in math? It depends. Let me give you the question. Let's see if something, an idea sparks to you. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna ask Gemini or ChatGPT for an idea. This is the question. I need to know a percentage that will let me that will keep track of the height that the pig is when he's flying with the jetpack. So what happens when the pig starts to fly? This is a nice pig, very well drawn. He makes like a percentage of the road until its maximum reach, and this is already covered in this percentage tracker. So at any point I know how distant, how much of the maximum length of the jetpack the pig can do. What I need to know is how close I am to 50% of the way, because 50% of the way it's the maximum height that the pig reaches with jetpack. Because if you think about it, the pig just flies up to 50% of the road, and then he starts to descend. So I probably need some mathematical formula to know how much is the height in relation to the distance the pig is going. I don't think that's a math thing. It's something to test in game. No, it's I need to have this thing covered. If you wanna have it close to the original, I explain you why it's something that I need to solve by math, because I have to have this indicator, because since the player can abort the jetpack at any time, I need to know how high he is to basically give the player the opportunity to decide where to land. And the higher you are, the more option you have to land. This is why I need to, and also for a graphic point of view, the closest you are to 100%, which is the maximum height, the closer you will be to. I will just scale the size of the sprite a little bit bigger. So if you're higher, it becomes a little bit bigger when it's going back towards the. Technically, since the standard jetpack is fired at 45 degrees, the flight is a perfect semicircle. Yeah, and that's also that keeps in mind that also. You think that's something related to circles? Actually, this semicircle thing can help. We can probably know in advance, because for me it's quite easy to calculate in advance, like if this is the hypothetical landing point and this is the starting point. I can easily, before the pig starts, point out the 50%, and I already know what can be the maximum height, so I can probably like say, oh, this is the position and this is the time, so I probably know the angle of this, so I can get its percentage of height based on the angle. Maybe that's a way. Should be easy to find. Yeah, the semicircle thing is quite a good idea. Although this really does not get represented in the game. So just to give you an idea, in the game I'm doing, the jetpack, oh, it's gonna be... In the game I'm doing, the jetpack will just be him flying like this. And he literally just moves here. At 50% distance, the height should be also the same value as the distance if it is a semicircle. I would say that at 50% distance, the height should be the maximum possible, because from 50% onward, you start to descend. I can probably just link this to airtime, and the airtime will tell me how much the height is. At 50% distance, the height should be also the same value as the distance if it is a semicircle. Ah, okay. Okay, but it's okay. It's easy to understand when we are at 50%, but I need to know roughly how much at any point in time. Like if 100% this percent distance is 10 kilometers, 50%, the pig will have traveled 5 kilometers in the distance, also 5 kilometers in height. Yes, but what if we are at 30% of the distance? At 30% of the distance, he had traveled 3 kilometers in your example, but is he on 3 kilometers of height? Or is it less? I could also consider it as a linear height. Well, I don't necessarily need to make it a semicircle. Being the game, you know, on a top-down view is not required to be to it. I'm not forced to program it as a semicircle. It would be the most accurate way to represent it. An arc would follow the same proportion. Okay. So you said that the... yeah, I mean, as probably you have not seen in the in the previous example, but the pig just flies on a straight line, and you as player decide the angle, the direction, the angular direction of this movement. I can either make it linear, so when the pig has flown the 30%, the 25% of the... I guess a straight line would work since it's up to down. Yeah, I mean, the options are two. Or I try to implement a circular logic. Are you going to make some kind of visual representation for the height? At the moment, the only visual representation of the height, it's probably I will, like in animation, I will scale up and down the sprites if it's flying. So like in the bazooka, you can see the bullet gets bigger and then it gets back to smaller. Yeah, that's it. And you know, knowing if 50% of the road it's the maximum height, I know that I will scale this. I know that I will scale the size of the sprite bigger up to the 50% of the road, and then begin to scale it down when the pig gets to the ground. So this is the two ideas I have for now that I can work with. I either make it linear, so the height is basically calculated like this, or the second option can be, and thank you for the input, it's like this, and we use the maximum height of the semicircle, which is also half of which is also the maximum distance, and we make it like red I used, yellow, and we make it like this, and we assume, you know, we can use this distance here, and if this is because we know the percentage, we know this, the height of this, we should also be able to like use Pythagoras and get because we know how much he has flown at any time. So we know this is a fixed height. This is maximum max height. So it would be max height second equals to x, which is what we need to know, and yeah, I think I can do it with only by using Pythagoras here, and y it's the distance I have left to 50%. X second plus y second. I can definitely do that with a semicircle. Let me lay this down a little bit better. So let's also take like this. So basically have a blank, a black canvas behind me. So this is our pig with its starting point, and it goes all the way. Here we have 100%, D. Okay, and here we have 50% D. And we know that 50% D is equal to 50% H, which is the height. We need to know the height. So at any point of this semi-arch, of this semicircle, we can take a random point. We know the distance, so we know the percentage of D. Let's say, for example, this is 20% of D. And we know the numeric value of this, which is the maximum, which is 100% D actually. Is it though? Shouldn't this be 50% of D? No, this is definitely 50% of D. Oh shoot. Okay. So we know at any point the 50% of D. And we know this blue part here, which is current D minus 50% of D, actually the contrary. So this piece here is 50% of D minus the 20% of D under absolute value. So to get the height, which we will cover in yellow again, we know that 50% of D is equal squared is equal to x that we need to know plus this thing here that we will call y second. So as a matter of fact, x is equal to 50% of d squared. No, 50% of d. 50% of d minus the difference between those two, which is y, under square root. And I'm pretty sure I will get the height. I will get the height as a percentage of the I mean, all the elements are under D, and they can all be pixelated. Okay, this needs also another thing. So now we know the distance in... so we know the height in distance, but we know also the 50% of distance is equal to 50% of height. So basically they are the same thing. I probably need to test this, but... and this is also 100% of the height. Okay, this is the missing piece. It's my 100% of height. So in the end I will know x, which is the height in percentage of distance. So x equals x is a number I know, equals my question mark, and if it's equal to 50% of D stands to 100. Which will mean question mark times no. This means x times 100 divided by x, no, divided by 50. Divided by 50% of distance is equal to 1 question mark. Might be a little forced, but I'll try to make this solution and see if it gives me a nice and let's see if this makes sense at any point. Let's have a screenshot of this. Okay, and now erase everything. Okay, let me open up the screenshot on the other screen so I don't get crazy. Okay, there we have it. Okay, going back to the scripts. Let's have a separate function for this. Func calcola altezza volo, and we don't need to give him things because we do already have it. Okay. Gives back void. Actually gives back a vector too. Gives back an int, a float. Okay. So first thing first, we need to calculate the distance. So basically, altezza relativa is equal to so 50% of the distance, it's distanza massima volo. Crying out loud. Divided by 2. Let's just call it 50 for now. So we need the maximum height. Let's keep everything in percentages. So it's 50% of the height. So it's the 50%. Squared? Where's the square root? I don't actually remember. Radice quadrata. Radice quadrata. Square root in Godot in GD script. Oh madonna, perché questo è complicato? Operator, math, logic, comparison, bla 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 bla. Square root, SQRT, ok. So it's SQRT of 50 minus current SQRT 50 minus abs absolute of 50 minus minus this. And both should be on the power of 2 at this point. Ok, quindi sarebbe POW2 mi sembra. Ok. So this should give us this height, and then we're just gonna compare it with the 100%, which is 50% of what we needed here. So variable altezza in percentuale è uguale a abbiamo fatto anche calcoli per questo. Però zero chiuso. Ok, it should be our x times 100 divided by 50. So this times 100 divided by 50. Return. Return. And yes, let's see if this makes sense by testing it in game. Okay, remote, we need him. And volo altezza percentuale, it's what we need to keep track of. Okay, so why is this always 0? I forgot to link the function. I forgot to link the function. Arma jetpack. Ok. Nope, that does not make sense. Che cazzo fa essere un numero così alto? Ha fatto il 43.448% del volo. Con questi due numeri alla seconda. Sto sbagliando. Poe. Returns the result of base raised to the power of exp. Ah, ok, ha fatto il contrario. Whoopsies. Riproviamo. Vediamo il jetpack. Remoto. Arma jetpack. Poi comincio a diminuire. No, però al 100% del volo non puoi dare 32 come altezza. Non è corretto come cosa. Mandiamolo più lento. Vediamo se è una questione di calcoli che non è riuscito a eseguire. Mm. Quindi forse è effettivamente una questione di tempo. E comunque quando la distanza si avvicina a 50%, lui si avvicina sempre di più al 100, che va bene. Poi scende, scende, scende. Distanza del volo va a 80, 83, 84, 66, 61. Non lo definirei 100% accurato, però direi che mi dà una buona rappresentazione di quanto che potrebbe essere la sua altezza. Non so, forse non è la soluzione migliore, ma per ora direi che ci può stare e me la tengo. Potrei anche aspettare il processo del gioco in modo che non vada avanti a fare cose a display finché non ha finito di fare questo calcolo. I guess it's good enough. Allora, abbiamo un'idea dell'altezza, quindi possiamo anche dirgli che il self.size in realtà sarebbe il getParent.size. GetParent.size è uguale alla percentuale di altezza in un certo lerp. Sarebbe la questione giusta da dire. Ora, how do I calculate this? Because it's really tricky. First of all, let's watch this. It's scale and not size. Scale. Okay, again we need to make some comparison. So if 0 is scale 1 1 and we're gonna take 3 3 as maximum height scale. Expected an expression after? Dove? Ah, ok, qua. Scale, it's... let's see if this makes sense. Giustamente l'altezza è 0, quindi è sparito, è sparito il coso. Cos'era? L'ERP. Era l'ERP, non mi ricordo. L'ERP interpola linearmente tra due valori con un fattore definito in weight. Per interpolare weight deve rimanere tra 0 e 1. Tuttavia i valori al di fuori di questo intervallo sono consentiti, possono essere utilizzati per eseguire un'estrapolazione. Se non è desiderato utilizzare clamp limita value restituendo un variant non minore di min e non maggiore di max. Ok, questo voglio, clamp. Non l'ERP ma clamp. Quindi questo valore sarà l'ultima cosa, deve stare tra 1 e 3. Facciamolo su Can 3 from vector 2 to int. Ha senso. O che facciamo vector 2 1 1, vector 2 1 1. Qui è uguale con i vector 3. Vediamo se clamp mi tiene questa cosa qua. No. Value minimo massimo, ok. Ok, quindi è value minimo massimo, quindi questo qua va messo semplicemente in fondo. Ok. Vediamo. No, no, no. variabile size, prop altezza. Però deve essere diviso 100, ok, forse questo è il problema. O è 100 diviso questo? Questo dovrebbe essere tipo 0 punto qualcosa. Ok, forse così dovrebbe aver senso. E adesso diventa più piccolo. Ok, it works. Ok, forse 3-3 è un po' esagerato, però mi piace anche, però comunque non è male. Facciamo 2,5. Poi in realtà sarebbe meglio farlo qua. Punto 5 e punto 5. Questo qui. Ok, adesso però devo cercare di riportare la size alla sua position, diciamo, al normale. Ok, ok. Direi che questo potrei quasi portarlo sul if sta volando uguale true. Sì. Ai ai ai, questa cosa sta diventando molto più complessa di quello che speravo. Tocca tornare di nuovo in bagno, arrivo. Be back in a minute. Need to go to the toilet. Alright, alright. We're back. I'm getting a little bit lost in the sequencing of actions of the jetpack. I'll surely need to review everything later. For now, we have this effect where he balloons a little bit. Maybe he balloons a little for a bit too long, but that's fine. He needs to go back to its original scale, but that can be done after, when we have the landing phase. So I think the first phase, it's basically done. We have a character that flies towards a direction, gets a little bit bigger when a certain amount of time has passed, or at least he is at 50% of his maximum direction, and then he shrinks. So yeah, I mean, I feel like our first phase of the bazooka, of the jetpack, it's ready. We need, in the future, we will need to actually make a sprite for the jetpack and attach it correctly to the pig. We need to start working on the landing phase, and also we need to start working on the projectile phase of the bazooka, in which the jetpack itself gets detached and deals damage to who's underneath him. Also, probably the jetpack falling projectile scene also needs the scaling thing, so it will probably start scaled bigger and then gets smaller when it lands. Also, we need to establish where exactly the jetpack falls. Is it like 2 squares behind him? Is it based on height also? That it's definitely like 2 squares away from the position of the pig. But I don't know how much, and how much is that related to height. And how much distance do I have? How many squares? How much distance can I travel if I move my pig landing all to one side? That's also something I need to test. Those are all tests that I have to note down. So let me actually do it in my test spreadsheet. Jetpack tests. It's not really a spreadsheet, it's just a text file. I need to know how far away the jetpack lands to where it's detached. is this influenced by the height? Also, how far away can I move with the parachute face? How much does height influence? This is probably the next few things that I need to take the game and make a couple of tests. And I will not have time today because in just a few minutes I will go offline and have lunch. Last thing I will need to point out is yes, I need to probably just adjust my plan. So let's see if I have the plan PDF, the plan image somehow, somewhere. Hogs 2D, documentation, desktop, Hogs 2D documentation, and no, it's actually in the other hard disk in storage. Or not. Okay. Let me get back to the select a rotation to fly outwards. We got it. Animation to pig flying. Keep track of height and for landing phase. This is done. When the press is act like bullet new scene. Okay, this needs to happen in the same moment we choose where to land. Peak starts to fall. We need to give player a choice to where to land. Okay, so we definitely covered to-do list 1 and to-do list 2 with this animation. We also have the moment, we've already programmed the moment when the player presses the stop, the eject jetpack phase, so we know when that starts, but we do need to have it spawn the bullet version of the jetpack, and also make the decision to get a landing point if we didn't already crash in the end of the map, or at the end of the possible journey. Okay, I think we've got enough done today. There are a few possible. The clamp here works great, and True with Okay, well, I do know that this kind of needs to happen here. So when it's false, we update inventory, we get a new global position to start, which is fine. Actually, we should do this before starting to fly. We'll take care, and we do the calculations for the flight. Yeah, I kind of have to map this logically, otherwise I will never be able to pinpoint exactly what is happening. But that will be a topic for not tomorrow, but probably in 2 days, because tomorrow we will focus our attention to migrating from version 4.3 of Godot to version 4.4. And I'm really excited to see the new stuff that is available in the game engine. Having said that, thank you everyone for joining and chit-chatting a little bit. I'll be signing out with a commit on my repository. Otherwise, I can forget it. So let it adjust itself. Okay, there you go. We can go for commit 3.1.2. What have we done today? Jetpack ora inizia movimento prevendo azione virgola lo sprite scala in base all'altezza che viene ricavata in relazione alla distanza percorsa. Cos'altro si è fatto today? E basta, anzi, virgola, aggiunta quantità nella risorsa armi. Ok, that is all. Alrighty, I'll be heading for lunch. Thank you everyone for following, and see you later. Bye.